Greetings, everyone. How are you all doing? Thank you for joining me for this Aquarius full moon guided sonic meditation. I'm looking forward to sharing some sound with you all. How are you feeling? Life in the lead up to this full moon. For me, it's feeling quite intense, a lot coming up to the surface to be seen so that it can be transformed, released, or transcended. And full moons are, of course, about illumination, seeing what is so that we can move beyond ignorance, move beyond doubt, move beyond our perceived limits. And a full moon in Aquarius is about truth, it's about authenticity, it's about freedom and breakthrough. Aquarius is the rebel genius. It is the aspect of us that wants to break free of the rules, the regulations, the restraints of the traditions that no longer serve, so that we can create new systems, so that we can elevate beyond what has become calcified and rigid. The traditional ruler of Aquarius is Saturn, so there's still a respect for the traditions that served, but there is also an understanding that sometimes when we give our authority away, when we don't question, when we don't stand in our own truth and follow the beat of our own heart, we allow others to take control. We give our power away. So this full moon is about reclaiming that power, about coming back to the heart and looking at what is our own unique individual gifts, our unique expression. The sun is still in Leo. What talents and what promise have we come into this earth to share in service with others? What have we come to experience of our own unique expression of consciousness? So a lot can be coming up for us to see, and we've got this massive square coming up between Saturn and Jupiter, and it is a conversation of tension which requires action. It requires us to move beyond, to finally make a decision. It's like that feeling of being backed in a corner and having to finally make a choice. Now, these two planets met in 2020 at the December solstice. So if you look back at what you might have initiated then, we are here 4 years later in a square, in an opportunity to look at how far we've come, where we've allowed our obstacles to stand in the way. Saturn is the energy of discipline, of responsibility, of commitment and devotion. It's the energy of mastery, but to master something, we need to show up. The opposite of that is laziness and giving our power away. And this has come up for me recently. Where have I not been disciplined in which area of my life? And I have devoted a lot of my time to grow my business, to learn how to use the equipment, to develop my skills. And for the last 2 years have focused a lot of my time and energy on that. And now that things are streamlining and becoming easier in the business, after I've come down the other end of the learning curve, I've got to look at, okay, where am I now being lazy and not disciplined? Which area of life? I let my yoga practice slide because I devoted that time to building the business, and that was fine for then, but I'm in a different place now. And in this place, I get to look at where in my life I need to start showing up again in excellence, start committing to myself again, to my journey again, and start taking responsibility for things like my health. And we've got that Mercury energy in retrograde in Virgo, and it's very much about our daily habits and our health. So looking at how we're taking care of our bodies, our minds. Are we getting enough sleep? Are we eating the right foods to give us the right kind of energy? Are we exercising the right way? Are we meditating enough and clearing our mind? Are we organized in the way we structure our day? Do we fit all the things into our day that actually matter? Or do we get lazy and make excuses? Or do we let doubt and fear stand in the way. And that's that Saturn energy again. And the square with Jupiter is about our belief systems and what we believe is possible, or the limits that we allow ourselves to believe can hold us back. So it's really about changing our perspective and changing our attitude to what it is we're initiating into in this next phase, and recommitting to ourselves, recommitting to an area of our life, showing up with discipline, with devotion, with self-responsibility, and, being like that goat climbing the mountain and jumping onto rocks and doing the seemingly impossible. If the goat told itself the whole way that this is hard, would it have gotten to the top of the mountain if it told itself that it's not possible to climb these rocks in these ways? Would it have even tried, right? That's our perception, that's our attitude. And when we begin to see things as easy as challenges rather than problems, we shift our perspectives and things do become easier. When we show up in a way where we are excited for the next challenge, excited for the next breakthrough, life takes on a completely different flavor. So that's kind of the energy we're working with today. And we've got Mars in the mix, and Mars is the energy of action. And with Mercury retrograde, with Saturn retrograde, there can be some frustration bubbling to the surface, some I know I'm feeling it in my business right now. I've got delays with my developer. I've got delays with some content I want to put onto my site, but I'm waiting on the developer to complete his process. So there's these restrictions, these moments of needing to slow down and go back and fix things so that the foundations are stronger going forward. But also it's about breaking free of any limits in our perception and limits of what we think is possible. So in this meditation, I wanted to work with a Rudolf Steiner techniques where he poses the question, is this really true? And full moons are of time of completion. So what can we work with at this completion cycle that can give us more freedom, that can help us become more authentic to our own gifts, our own promise, our own talents, and the purpose we feel we have, the thing we want to share with the world next? How can we be more truthful about and more honest about where we need to make those shifts and changes so that we can step into more of our authority, so that we can step into the next level of mastery over whatever it is we want to create next in this cycle. So inviting you to find somewhere quiet and cozy to sit down, relax, close your eyes and tune in to the meditation. We'll be working with the frequencies of the planets in conversation at the moment, and we'll be weaving those through the meditation to create harmony within. To create space for all the frequencies to sing. For our own body instrument to come into tune and resonance. Closing the eyes and beginning to bring your awareness to your inner world. Beginning to come into awareness of the sensations in your body. Perhaps where you're holding tension, tightness, frustration, anger, fear, doubt. Noticing how they manifest in the physical. And where in your body you're holding them. And as you become aware, giving yourself permission to be exactly who you are and where you are in this moment. No judgment, no criticism. No analyzing, just being. Remembering yourself as a divine consciousness. Embodied in this miracle called a human. Playing in a place called Earth. Experimenting with a thing we call reality. Learning, growing. Experiencing yet another iteration of that which is divine. Creating yet another manifestation, yet another unique expression of consciousness, of source. And beginning to focus on your breath. Noticing whether it's warm or cool as it moves in through your nose. Following it down into the lungs, observing the speed at which it moves. And where it lands, does it stay in your upper lungs, your lower lungs, does it make its way down into your belly? Just noticing. Just witnessing. Becoming aware of yourself as consciousness, having an experience, noticing here the sacred, the profound within you. The miracle of the breath, bringing you life. And resting in that sacred knowing. That you can absolutely depend upon the breath, upon your relationship with the air. To continue co-creating that which we call life. And then consciously making a decision to create more inner space, to deepen the breath, to take in more of life. To allow that breath to bring expansion, lightness of being, freedom of movement into your body, and on the exhales, releasing any tightness, any tension. Anything stagnant held in your muscles, in your bones, in your energy body. With every inhale, creating more and more space. With every exhale, releasing more and more, creating more and more freedom. Detachment. From the old. And here, beginning to bring your awareness to the heart. Allowing your breath to follow. Noticing any sensations, hear the rise and fall of the breath, the beating of the heart, the pulsing of the blood. And here beginning to tune into the mind of the heart. Its etheric quality. The intelligence of the heart. Noticing the quality of that mind, that intelligence. Is it expansive? Does it feel contracted? Distant? Accessible? Just noticing. Noticing that if you soften the heart space. Soften the intellect. Release control and expectation. If that allows space for the mind of the heart to speak. And asking the mind of the heart, the intelligence of the heart, what's next for me? What am I ready to initiate into on my evolutionary journey? What's possible? What exists in the heart field beyond the limits of intellect, the limits of our beliefs? Noticing here what comes up. As you notice, allowing the response to take form and shape, to take the form of a diamond shining bright at the heart space. Representing the jewel that you are. The truth of who you are. The remembering of the quality of your light. And that you are here to shine it. And then around that diamond, notice if there's any shadows of doubt. And listening to them here as they rise to the surface of consciousness to be acknowledged, transformed. And as they arise, asking that question to each one. Is this really true? And allowing yourself to be in the paradox. Noticing if there's any doubts around your potential, gifts, talents. And asking, are these really true? just require more discipline, more practice, more commitment, more time. Notice if any fears come up around shining your light, sharing your gift with the world, embarking on a new shiny chapter. And again, asking, is this really true? Allowing for a new possibility to rise. Perhaps there's a question of time. I don't have enough time. Asking, is this really true? Or is time something you can create? And allowing any other limits to rise here to the surface of your awareness. And continuing to pose those questions and allowing new possibilities to arise. Allowing the potential of a perspective shift. To surface in response. Listening, observing, allowing what needs to be illuminated, to be seen, to be shown. To be acknowledged, listened to. Felt, integrated, released. Noticing the space this creates, the freedom, that this conversation creates. The freedom that truth brings. And the power locked inside. Noticing that as you acknowledge the limits, as you reflect on the question, as you see alternative possibilities arise, restrictions around your diamond, the shadows of doubt, the fears begin to dissipate, and your diamond, that your heart begins to shine even brighter, begins to create new pathways to reach out beyond you, to meet the external light, to dance with the external light and co-create in its rays a new reality. Breathing into that diamond and its rays. With each exhale, allowing it to expand further and further out, noticing how far and wide you can shine your own authentic light. And following it, witnessing it, witnessing that greater consciousness within you. Become aware of itself, experiencing itself. Creating. Co-creating your unique mark and signature. Savoring its potential, its expression. Taking a moment to acknowledge its sacredness, its profoundness. Witnessing that within you, which is sacred and profound. Remembering yourself as that. And allowing it to lead you. taking a moment here to see yourself. To hear yourself say, I see you. I see the things that are quirky about you, profound about you, dorky about you. I see all the things that make you uniquely you. I see what's messy about you. I see where you're growing and struggling. I see where you've got it figured out. I see the things you thrive in. And I love it all. Because they've made you who you are. And holding that space for some self-love. And then returning your awareness to your breath. And allowing the inhales to draw you back into the present moment. And the exhales to help you ground. When you're ready, opening your eyes and returning. Thank you for joining me. I hope that served. Let me know what came up for you and how that felt in the comments. Love hearing from all of you. We won't be meeting in person, online, live online for this full moon, but I will be back with my live events in September. And my in-person events as well. The calendar is up for those of you local to where I am. Join me at our regular spots. Sending you all so much love and many full moon blessings. Sat Nam.